Hello, and welcome to the Random podcast where we talk about random and dumb things. I'm Connor.
I'm Tyson.
My voice is gone, so I don't know, is this loud enough, you think, Tyson?
Yeah. Alright, this is the first episode of 2025.
Yeah, so our class is over, so we definitely are going to be able to post as much as we used to, so sorry for, the 3-week disappearance.
Yeah, I don't have a free period anymore, so we can't record it during school, and then,
So you gotta figure it out, but we did it today, so here we are. I think we should be fine with the fan on. I don't think it's that loud.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Also, we have a lot to catch up on.
So, to recap what we did today, we went to our friend Sam's house. He was in the last episode, I believe.
Yeah, he was. I think he was there.
Yeah, and Eli Dorner.
We've had a lot of people on
Josiah.
here. We were going to put him on there because we had the stuff there, but we had the wrong plugins, so.
Yeah.
It's just us. So.
Yep. Yeah, we went to Sam's house. We watched the Eagles versus the Packers game.
So, speaking of which, we watched the Eagles first Packers game, so if you guys don't want to hear spoilers, we'll probably just skip to 2 minutes probably. If you guys don't want to hear spoilers, you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
So, unless we go on and handed it, but we aren't going to do that.
Yeah, we're not
so,
going to do that.
I won the score, so it ended 21-10, I think it was. Let me look at it real quick.
I guessed 34 to, or 37
10 to 22.
10 to 22.
So I guess 28-13, so that was the closest.
I had 37 to 24. It was bad.
I think it was. Oh yeah, Harrison put 50 to 45.
Didn't Josh do 270?
Josh put 217 to 0. We should get Josh in here. Well, I feel like Josh would be silent the whole time.
Yeah.
It would just be us two.
I swear, he didn't say a word today.
I know. It would just be us two and Josh just silently judging us in the corner.
I'm silently judging you.
I feel like that's just Josh Jordan. He's a very quiet guy.
Have you ever seen that cat meme where it's I'm silently judging your grammar?
Oh, so we are going to have a little bonus fun fact today since we guys ditched you for a while.
Sorry.
Since I just thought of it. Did you know that studies show that dogs actually judge their owners and humans? It's actually study that they've done. And, yeah. So if your dog's giving you a weird look, he's judging you. Don't be oh, he was judging me as a joke. He is judging you. The dog is judging you.
Well, do you blame them? There's some things that they're probably kind of why?
Well, dogs do some weird things, too.
Well, yeah, I suppose so. I watched this video one time. It showed they were doing this study on, a dog's brain. They were, seeing what parts of the brain were active as they, held out a treat to it.
Yeah.
And they were, trying to see if the dog cared about the owner or just the treat.
The treat.
And according to the studies, the part of the brain that activated when it saw the treat activated the part of loving its owner and not loving the treat, something like that. So at least that dog cared for his owner. I'm sure there's probably dogs out there that don't care. They don't give a heck.
I've seen some studies that what the heck is this? They what is it? Oh yeah, it's my car poster. Never mind. Okay. Sorry, I just found a random poster in my bed. But yeah, we're doing this in my bedroom. It's kind of nice. It's actually got good sound trap. I don't know.
Yeah, there's actually things in it and not just walls to echo off.
So it's not as echoey as the normal room.
Yeah.
So I mean, we probably will start recording in my room and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now that we're out of the class, so it's definitely not gonna be as frequent, which isn't ideal, but it is what it is.
Yep.
So, another little study that I was thinking of. We got lots of fun facts today for you guys. So if you guys like the fun facts, we got a lot. We should start. Tell us if you guys want us to start doing more fun facts than just one episode, because it's kind of fun. Mm-hmm. So, they did this study where they put a bunch of little babies and stuff, one newborn to 3-year-olds, in a room full of snakes. They were trained snakes, obviously, so that they wouldn't bite the kids, and they weren't venomous or poisonous or anything. And they had their parents go in a different room, and they put the babies in the room with the snakes, and they gave them their toys, and the kids were unfazed. Not a single one of them cried, not a single one of them gave a second look. Huh. Some of them even would, pet the snake or, tap it on the head just to, see what it was.
Yeah.
And they just keep playing with their toys. Because it actually, So studies, it's not the first one. Studies show that fear is mostly gathered later on in life, and the only reason children or like very young children or babies ever actually fear is if they see it on their parents' face. So when babies are trying to have something new, they find something new, they look at their parents' faces, and whatever emotion they see on their parents' faces is what they are like. If their parents look scared, then they'll be like, "Oh, I should be scared of this."
Yeah,
It's
that
just,
makes sense.
it's a natural defense of our body where it's like if somebody else looks scared, the baby's like, "Oh, I should probably be scared of this. I should probably be away from this and not be next
Yeah,
to it."
that makes sense.
So when they put the parents in a different room, the babies didn't know how to react to it, so they just left it alone.
Yeah.
So fear actually either comes from them seeing it on their parents, or just is developed later on in life once you learn about it. Because
I'll bet another factor is like getting pain from it. Like if the
Yeah.
snake bit them, they probably would have been
yeah,
like,
because they
"Whoa."
were all trained snakes and they were non-venomous and
Okay.
poisonous and stuff. But like if the snakes aren't doing anything to them, and their parents aren't there to give them fear, and they don't like know anything about it, then they're just gonna let it be. They're just gonna leave it there and just. So I always thought that one was really interesting.
That is
It's
really
cool.
interesting.
So yeah, fear isn't like, well, fear is a natural body reaction because it's our body's way of saying, "Hey, stay away from that." Like it's probably not a good thing, so you should probably stay away from it.
Yeah.
Some are irrational fears that we just gain on life that are just like made because of how our mind thinks of it. But our body genuinely doesn't have a lot of fears when we're babies. It's just kind of gained through life. So
Like the fear of long words is
cover your ears if you're fear of long words.
the fear of long words is hippopotomonstrosis quipidaliophobia.
I think phobia itself is a long word. I feel like I have a fear of long words. I don't like them.
Okay, what's the word that's race car Hannah is like backwards? and
Oh,
saying-
onomatopoeia.
No, that's not onomatopoeia. I can't think of
I
it.
think it's an onomatopoeia.
No, onomatopoeia is like TikTok where it's like bam or crash where the word is what the actual sound is.
Google, tell us.
It's spelled with an O.
They know.
Onomatopoeia, the naming of a thing by a vocal imitation of the sound it's associated with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy. Voice crack.
Ooh.
Okay.
Who knows? So for another fun fact that this one we prepared for is, so a lot of people know that octopi change color. Just fun fact here, octopi are my favorite animals. I love them. They're so cool. Like, they're kind of weird to look at, I'm not gonna lie.
A little bit.
But they're like, they just have so many crazy things in their body that just are so cool. Like when they change colors, they actually have these special cells called chromatophores, which are these cells that have like the sac in it that has a cryptoelastic sacculus that's filled with pigment of different colors. And when the muscles around the cell tighten or stretch or shrink, then it changes the pigment and like brings out some colors brighter than the others. So that's how they change colors. And that's how all animals that change colors, like chameleons and stuff, do it.
Okay, so for the funny death of the day, Connor just randomly looked this up, and because we always like look it up the day of, like 5 minutes before we start recording, and just pick a random one. He looked for toilet deaths. So in 1945, the German submarine U-1206. So this is a U-boat. I think those are all submarines. I think. It was sunk after a toilet accident resulted in seawater flooding into the hull, which created chlorine gas upon contact with the battery, forced the submarine to resurface. So basically, the toilet malfunctioned and water started leaking in. I'm sure it was all just seawater.
Well, I think it was like, so it said in the Victorian era, their toilets exploded. Like they had an issue with that somehow, because like the flushing system was with air, and if anything kind of part of the air caught fire, it would like literally blow up.
Oh.
So I think that happened. It like blew a hole in the side of the boat.
I think
so it sunk the submarine.
the water just like pushed its way through the toilet.
Probably. I think so. So they had to go up to the surface, and once they got to the surface, Allied forces, which is like America and England and stuff, because this was in World War II.
World War II, which was America. Alexa, shut up.
Sorry, I should probably unplug her.
Okay,
yeah,
so
you're gonna get unplugged, Alexa.
Yeah, Allied forces were Soviet Union, America, and...
We're not sponsored by Alexa.
Nope.
Shut up. Sorry, you gotta be careful using her name around
So
here.
the Axis forces were Germany, Italy, and Japan, and Allied forces were America, England, and...
France.
Yeah, and Soviet Union.
But they left a while ago. History facts, people.
Yep. Now, the reason why the Soviet Union was with us
Cold
was
War.
because...
Well, no. They
No,
left because of the Cold War.
That was before
Or no, they
the
left
Cold War.
because they had a civil war.
Yeah, so the Soviet Union was just with us because they were against the Axis forces, so they just kind of had to team up with us. But after the war, they just kind of left us, and then... Yeah.
Dark mode. I like dark mode.
Oh, should we tell them, Connor?
Huh?
About YouTube?
Oh, yes, we have a YouTube account that you guys should go check out.
Yeah,
I think it's just Random Podcast, right?
Yeah, when this episode is released on Spotify, the podcast will be released on YouTube. We have it all set up. What's really funny is that we post stuff on Spotify and it's just fine. When we post stuff on YouTube, it checks for copyright. And remember episode 12 with Josiah? It was a good episode, but we had Christmas music playing.
Oh, yeah, we got copyrighted for that.
We got copyrighted for that. We got banned from Russia. Cause, like, literally, it's like, it may not be legal in these territories. Russia. Not sure. So, if you happen to be listening in Russia, I'm sorry.
But you can't listen to us, I guess. We're canceled.
I did cut it out.
Okay.
So, we should be good.
That sounds like a lot of work. But, so, yeah, check out the YouTube channel, Random Podcast on YouTube.
It just didn't like the last song, so I just cut out the end bit and it was fine.
Oh, so back to Alexa. We're just going to make this as long of a episode as possible since we feel bad for ditching you guys forever.
Yeah.
So we're going to start making longer episodes since they're not going to be as frequent.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I always joke around how Alexa's like Voldemort from Harry Potter. Don't cancel us, Russia. Okay?
Please.
Credits by Harry Potter. I don't know.
What?
It's like, I feel like, it's like Voldemort, you can't say her name. You can't say her name or she's listening to you. It's like, the song where it's like Santa sees you when you're sleeping. It's like that, but Alexa hears you while you're sleeping.
Okay, so Jonah from episode 3 and 8.
Oh boy.
He dressed up as Santa one time, and we had digital communications with him. That's why he was in a bunch of our episodes. He dressed up
I have
as...
a photo of you sitting on his lap. I should put that on the episode.
Yeah, so me and Jonah...
We should post that on YouTube. That
I walk into digital communications, and Jonah is dressed up as Santa. He walks right up to me and says, "I see you when you're sleeping."
Good old Jonah. Yeah. Oh boy.
And Nathan was also dressed up
why
as
is
Santa.
there glitter on my bed? No.
No.
I hate glitter.
I know. Glitter is the worst.
It's from my dang birthday card. Speaking of birthday card, it was my birthday over the break. After I ditched you guys, I was gonna do a video on my birthday, but it was a pretty busy day, so I went to the DMV and got my learner's permit. Well, I kind of failed the first time on my birthday, but then after I went to the DMV and failed my learner's permit test,
Wow, Connor.
Then my aunt came and we kind of hung out, did all the stuff, and then the next day I went back and got my learner's permit, so I can legally drive now with somebody over 21, I think.
I think if they have a license, then it's fine.
I think they can hear my parents and they're laughing. If you hear some weird laughing in the background, it's my mom.
Yeah.
She has a special laugh, if we can say the least. So,
I think, well, some people have decent laughs, and then there's just some people that are just like...
I have to find something. You keep talking.
Okay.
Keep entertaining me.
Okay. Now, I will keep entertaining you. What is... Oh! I make movies. I don't think I've ever said that on the podcast before, but I'm gonna touch on it a little bit. I kind of want... That would be something
You should
fun.
start posting it on YouTube on the...
Yeah, that would be fun to, start leaking my movies. The reason why I can't really post them on YouTube is because I use Lord of the Rings soundtrack all the time, and like I'd get copyrighted like heck from them.
Yeah. So I found this video where they put a bunch of people with unusual laughters in a TV show together and tried to make them all start laughing. It's in Spanish.
So speaking of silent laughing, we'll put this in a deleted scenes episode. Sometime in the future. Okay.
Sorry.
So when we were recording episode 13, there were a lot of funny things that were going on.
Yeah.
And we'll put it in a deleted scenes episode in the future, I promise. But I was making all these jokes, and Connor just like burst out laughing. But it's the laughing where you're laughing so hard, like it's like your mouth is just hung wide open, and you're just like the tiniest little hiss comes out before the laughter actually starts coming.
No, I have like anytime I try to hold in a laugh and then I like actually laugh, it is like the worst sounding. You've probably heard me in class like try not to laugh, and then it just like,
isn't it like
I always like it's like that. I'm always like it's just always like that.
Yeah, but Connor was doing the thing where it's like kind of what he's doing right now.
I literally think
You're like,
dude, I have a Weezer laugh sometimes.
yeah, you were wheezing for sure.
I just like my mouth like locks open and it's just like like that.
Yes, it was exactly like that.
That's my laugh.
And then like 2 seconds later, then the laughter hit.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. I promise that will come out
sound?
soon, but we only have like 2 worthy deleted scenes.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah, that's me.
Should I tell you weren't here? I need to tell you about this.
Okay.
This is a good friend of mine. His name is Baby Ham Lincoln.
Baby Ham Lincoln.
Mhm.
Okay.
In 3rd grade, Keiston and I, it was like some random like, what was it? It's like some random newsletter,
Yeah.
like newspaper that they gave us, and it was like TJ Maxx or something like that, like a clothing store, and that's what it is. And he has like a beard and a top hat as a clothes.
Right.
So
That was an ad?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
It's part of a newspaper. So I named him Baby Ham Lincoln, and he's been up on my door ever since 3rd grade.
What was the brand for the magazine?
I don't know. It was like children's magazine or something like that.
TJ Maxx, he said?
Yeah, it was like some clothing store like that.
You can probably look it up. It's like some little kid in a...
Good old Baby Ham Lincoln. If I texted Keiston... Hold on. I'm going to text Keiston right now and say, remember Baby Ham Lincoln. And he will reply because he's always on his watch. Either that or he won't text me for another like year because he just doesn't look at it. He either just always had it on his watch or he just doesn't ever reply to me.
Yeah. Okay, Connor,
Keep
what...
entertained. Hold on.
Okay, let me keep you guys entertained.
We'll see
Over
if he gets
Christmas
back.
break, I did not do anything because I wanted to make a movie, but I was missing props. The props that I needed were these glow lightsabers, really cool lightsabers. And by the end of Christmas break, I finally got them for Christmas. And they are really cool because it's a flashlight at the bottom and then like a diffusion tube for the rest of it. And so now my lightsabers will look more realistic in my movies, I guess. Actually, so we kind of have a, what's the word, like makeshift?
Yeah.
It's not our normal recording setup, so I just have my camera hooked up to my microphone that I use for my movies. So this is the audio quality for all of my movies. But yeah.
Keiston, be more entertaining than that.
Come on, man.
You just said bro and then a laughing emoji.
Oh, when we were in Bible class, Mr. Nide
I love Mr.
texted
Nide.
his pastor friend because we were talking about some...
Chucky!
Yeah, he had
Oh
like
my
some
goodness.
satanic friend as a kid.
Well, he wasn't like friends, but he went to a youth group with a satanic kid that like his parents forced him to go.
Yeah.
And now, so we like kept begging him to like text his pastor friend that like knows where
Yeah,
he's
so
at.
Connor, you have sixth period.
Fourth.
He has fourth period with Mr. Knight. I have first. So, fourth and sixth period had heard about this kid
Yeah.
And then first period heard about it, and we're like, oh, you.
Yeah, he texted him.
So he texted him in first period. That's when I have Bible with him. So he texted his pastor friend who knew Chucky, and he literally responded during class.
Yeah. So so basically this satanic kid that went to youth group with Mr. Naide, our teacher.
Yeah.
He is actually a pastor at a church now.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
I think he was just satanic for the looks.
Yeah, probably.
Kids, don't be satanic.
Not good.
Yeah. He had cuts all over himself and.
Probably.
But anyway, this is a family-friendly podcast, and we're not going to talk about that stuff.
Don't do that.
Yeah. Talk to your parents about that.
Well, or not. If you do, don't tell them it's from us.
It's not our idea. This is not from Random Podcast.
So, I just gonna have to say, and so out of our teachers, who do you think would make, or just out of somebody you know, who do you think would make the best president?
Oh, Mr. Naide.
That's what I was thinking too. Mr. Naide or Mr. Mink would make
Mr.
the best
Naide
president.
looks like JD Vance with
He
glasses.
does. He really does.
JD Vance with
Well, I think JD Vance is blonde, isn't he?
No, he's got red-brown hair. If you ever wonder what Mr. Naide looks like...
yeah, nope, I see it.
He looks like JD Vance with these rectangle glasses.
Yeah.
He actually does, wow.
Kinda.
And shorter hair on the top.
You know who Mr. Naide also looks like?
Mr. Naide is a pretty...
He's a stud.
sweet-looking guy.
He looks like Mr. Fantastic from Marvel Rivals. But with glasses. Without the hair like it.
Not really.
I saw it a little different in my head.
He has a beard. That doesn't mean he looks like Mr. Naide,
Well,
though.
I was thinking
Mr. Naide
Maybe I'm thinking of the movies, no.
Mr. Naide has a pretty good-looking beard,
Kind
though.
of. A little bit.
What's that name? John Krasinski?
Oh, I had no idea.
He was in The Office. Is that guy? Oh, and...
Yeah, John Krasinski.
Yeah, John Krasinski.
So, search up John Krasinski, and then put rectangle glasses on it, and that's pretty much Mr. Naide.
Yeah, and shorter hair, too.
Yeah.
He was in The Office, right?
Oh, that's him?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I see it now.
And
doesn't have a
Jack
beard in The
Ryan, I
Office.
think.
I watched some of The Office. I didn't watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, tomorrow, we're going to keep going with birthdays. It's my mom's birthday. So, if you guys want to, you can wish my mom happy birthday in the comments.
Oh, yeah. Fun fact about the Spotify comments. You can only comment on the mobile app, unfortunately. But,
Studies show.
yeah, studies show you can only comment on the mobile app.
By
But
us.
I would recommend using web, because I have it on my phone, and it, suddenly didn't allow me to pick specific songs, and I was, freaking out.
That's because you don't have premium.
That's because I don't have premium.
You're not fancy like
my
us.
trial ran out.
You're not fancy like us.
But on the
premium
web, your trial doesn't run out.
people. Yeah.
So, and I actually learned when you have Spotify open on your computer and your phone updates so that you can pick specific songs, so you can use it as a mobile control.
The more you know. Yeah, Tyson's not as fancy as us premium people.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I don't have Spotify premium. But...
I actually know a couple of hacks, especially with Spotify.
With them. You've done it now. The CIA's after us. No, gonna bust down the door.
They're gonna take out the feature that I love about Chromebooks. The only thing I love about Chromebooks, actually. Really.
Wow. He didn't mean it. He didn't mean it.
It'd be funny if Chromebooks were listening for that, and the second I said I don't like Chromebooks,
She is.
Alexa's listening. She's gonna shut off your Chromebook.
She'll shut off my life too if I'm not careful. Everybody says AI is taking over the world. No, it's Alexa. She's taking over the world.
Alexa is AI.
No, she's listening. Stop, stupid AI.
Yeah.
Maybe it is AI. It's not gonna be like ChatGPT though. It's gonna be Alexa. It is. So
Actually,
dumb. Sometimes I say Alexa and she doesn't catch it, and sometimes when I say Alexa, she does.
I don't know.
Alexa. Alexa.
Yeah.
Alexa. See, and then she gets under her. Shut up. Stop.
Yeah.
And now she's mad. She has her blue light on. She's just holding her blue light at me. I'm scared.
I honestly, Google might be the biggest AI, because they have you ever heard of quantum computing?
Yeah, that stuff's crazy.
Yeah, so for a visual representation, for those of you who have not heard of it, if you have a maze And so normal computing takes a line and starts digging around through every possible
solution
until it gets to the end,
and
then it finds out the shortest path.
Yeah.
Quantum computing
does it all at once.
All at once.
So it does every single route physically possible at one time. So, like, basically, if it got good enough, like, they're working on trying to make it so that if you ask it, what's the best or fastest way to get to Mars, it will take every single physical route and solution to get there, and you do it all at the same time, and then find the fastest and easiest way.
What I don't understand is, like, that is a massive amount of computing all at once.
Yeah. It's insane.
So, and I think Google did, like, this one calculation that would take, like, trillions of years, and they did it in, like, a couple seconds. I don't know.
Predicted the future.
Quantumania.
Marvel.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
I know you're owned by Disney, but don't do it. Don't sue us.
Don't do it.
We're broke. We don't got millions of dollars to give to you guys.
Speaking of being broke, W Energy.
Yay! I was waiting for the good moment to say it, but you did. You beat me to it. Sorry, I'm getting text.
Sorry. Okay.
Keep them entertained.
So, W Energy. We totally should have said this.
It took Keeson that long to say, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
it's like, I'm like, let's see. It took him over 10 minutes to just say, oh yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, W Energy, use the code random podcast, no spaces, for 10% off.
Oh yeah.
When you're
Actually, I saw they have a new flavor out. I think, right? I think it was. It's like some
Go to w.gg.com and look at their cool logo of a weird smiley face.
I like their logo. See, I think they have a new one that's like a streamer that I've never heard about, but...
Also, First Form. Go to firstform.com, I think, and use the code random_podcast. It helps us out a lot, and, yeah, First Form, 1STPHORM.
Yeah, it's popular.
They like
mystery flavor now, so get a mystery flavor.
Oh, cool.
For limited time only.
They take advantage of English's mispronunciations.
A lot.
And literally misspell the whole thing. But anyway, yeah, it helps us out a lot when you use our code.
Green superfood powder.
When you use our code with
They
them.
have clothes? Oh yeah, I guess one of our teachers actually wears First Form clothes like all the time.
Yeah. And I told him, I was like, you should use our code random_podcast. He's like, I already have a code. So
He does. He's so cool.
it didn't sound like that. I'm sorry, Mr. Bingham. But yeah. First Form W Energy. And
Why is he looking at me like that? Looking at me weird. They have some cool shirts.
who are you looking at, mister?
They actually have some pretty cool shirts.
Yeah, those are pretty cool. Anything else we should tell them? Thanks for tuning in after our long break.
Yeah, we're sorry. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Well, it's not going to be as frequent like we said, but it's just we got to do what we got to do, you know?
Yeah.
Got to get done.
Yep. I don't know, we're trying to figure out how to
make this more
make
frequent.
this work, yeah.
Like, I'm trying to figure out how to figure this out. Never mind. Is there anything else we can talk about, really?
No, I think that's it.
30-minute episode. Yeah, it's been a long episode.
Okay, so for recap, thank you for tuning in to Random Podcast. Look for us on YouTube as well as Spotify now, because we'll be opening this up when this comes out.
First Form, W Energy.
Yep.
Look us up. Well, no, don't look us up. Use the podcast. What? No.
Use our name in the code. There's an underscore with First Form, but not W Energy.
Just keep talking for me.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's it. So,
All right. Well, this is Connor and Tyson signing out for the longest episode we've had yet.